Yo, what's going on? It's your dog Art Man Boxing, and I'm back with another boxing conversation. I already see everybody in the chat. You know, as soon as I mention the name Canelo, people come around, because that guy's a star. Look at the numbers 800,000 pay per view buys. Oh, man. I love it. I love it because you know what that shows? That shows that the sport is growing. And even in the digital age where people are streaming and stealing shit every day, a fighter can still make that type of money and get that much views, that much supporters, people spending money on the sport. And somebody said boxing was dead. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But anyways, shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me take a look at the chat. Trap Meter said, yeah, shout out to the people. My dude Jason, he says, salute King. Plant need to fight a top 5 guy and give him a rematch. He was beating Canelo ass, but was losing on the scorecard. Canelo versus Andre. Ooh, that's what you saying he should fight next? Dude says elbow cough, whatever that means. But anyways, yeah, man. Dude, that that fight Canelo versus Plant, it was good, man. But Plant, I don't know. He couldn't hurt Canelo. He just couldn't hurt him. I was thinking like, maybe that power thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he could step it up. I mean, because Floyd didn't have the most power, you know, and he still was very effective in that fight. But then I start realizing, like, dude, like, I mean, you're gonna have to really take it to this dude. You gotta make sure he respect you, man. And just doing them pity pat punches and then them scorecards, nigga, hell no, you're not winning that fight. So yeah, even though he was touching Canelo a little bit, this was still shots of Plant popping Canelo head back with the jab or whatever. But I mean, it just wasn't it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. But shout out to everybody in the chat. My dude said Canelo fight back with PBC and did better than any DAZN fight. Any DAZN fight. And they talk about Canelo should go back to DAZN. Boy, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So I had it 7-3 Plant. Caleb didn't have no pop. If he did, it would have been different. It would have been very different. And they know it. But I say this to say that. Those numbers did very well. So it's only up from here. Ain't no going down. Ain't no going down, Canelo Alvarez. So that means ain't no more Yildirim level. Ain't no more Rocky Fielding level. None of that. It's over with. Now it's time to fight somebody that can match those numbers or generate more. And who are the characters? Who are the characters that Canelo can fight next that's going to generate the same type of revenue or even greater? I would love to know what you guys think. Who are these opponents that's going to get Canelo 800,000 or more? Because John Ryder, nah, not going to happen. I don't think so. I don't think so. Said Benavides and Charlo easy. Exactly. Exactly. You don't even have to it's not even like something that should puzzle you or make you feel like, oh man, like who can he really? No, it's Benavides, Charlo. There's nobody else that you can say, oh man, that's gonna generate a lot of here in America. Say there's going to be, there's somebody else that Canelo can fight right now that's going to generate that type of money. No, it's not. It's two characters, Benavides and Charlo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when we say those names, people get like, why are you talking about those guys? Why? Why? Nigga, what you mean? Why? We're talking about those guys because we know the skills that these brothers have. Stop trying to say, oh, look at the resume, this and the resume. I can see if you say that. And then Canelos are fighting guys who have better resumes than fucking Charlo and Benavidez. Come on, bro. Let's be real. Yildirim, what did he do to deserve a Canelo fight? Not a damn thing. But he still got to fight, right? So that shows if you could put that guy in there with Canelo, you could put an Andre in there. Talking about a terrible fighter. Let's be real. Say what you want about Andre. Say he's a terrible fighter, this and that. But who a better fighter? Andre or Yildirim? Keep it real. Keep it real. He said, I know the answer. And they know the answer too. But they want to sit here. Nah, that ain't true. That's not true. All right. Keep on playing games. And they know that. But where he gonna go? Where is he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? There's literally nowhere else he can go. Said, check this art, man. And then my boy Ron Boy Fresh says Yildirim's a mandatory. Man, you know that's all politics. I'm just talking politics. You know that's some fucking politics. Bro, Canelo has the power to fight anybody in the world of boxing. And you're telling me a little old mandatory like Yildirim is something? And how did he even become a mandatory? Last time I checked, he was in Minneapolis getting his ass whooped by Andre Durrell. I was there. I was there. You know that, right? I was there, right in Minneapolis, watching Yildirim get his ass kicked. Who would have thought this guy getting his ass whooped will be getting a fucking big Canelo fight in Miami? Man, you literally could have pinched me in the shoulder and said, hey, Art-Man. And I'm like, well, what's up? You know that guy right there that's getting his ass whooped by Durrell? 2 years later, he gonna be fighting Canelo Alvarez after a pandemic. I'd be like, nah, that's just not happening. But it happened. Don't tell me that certain guys like Yildirim, Rocky Fielding, or whatever are not getting put in position to stay busy fights for a guy called the best fighter in the world. Soft touches, easy touches. Said, meanwhile, 160 is unifying. Winner of GGG Murado fight Andre to get unification. Don't have undisputed at 160. I don't even know about that one, son. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I feel like the winner of Triple G versus Murata gonna retire. I feel like, and when I say the winner, I'm saying Triple G. When Triple G beats Murata's fucking ass, he's gonna retire. He's too fucking old. He's too fucking old to go in there. No damn Andre. They don't want that shit. Man, bro, even Triple G himself know he don't want that shit, bro. There's nothing, literally nothing Triple G can do to stop a guy like Andre from coming at him and attacking him from all sides. Ain't nothing that motherfucker can do. Keep it 100. Said that Canelo can redeem himself, go back to 160. Yeah, man, I don't know about that. Said, hell no, Triple G not fighting none of these fighters. Hell no, he not fighting none of these fighters, dude. Fuck no. Hell no, he ain't fighting none of these dudes. And you know what? As long as old media's around, that's gonna be perfectly fine. You know, it's like when we attack or go, when we basically criticize what Triple G is doing, you know what they say? They say, oh, why y'all picking on an old man? An old man? He's such an old man. Tell that old man to give up the fucking belts. What are you talking about? Give up the belt that you won by robbery. Talking about he's an old man. We should stay away from him. Why don't they just fight each other? Come on, bro. Man, bro, Canelo can fight anybody in the world. and he chose to fight Yildirim. Bro, stop telling me this mandatory shit. When you sat there and see this whole franchise belt, bro, stop playing games, man. My boy Ron Boy Fresh, stop playing game, man. You know damn well that if Canelo wants to avoid a mandatory, he gonna avoid a fucking mandatory. Like Charlo. Bro, we all sat there and watched that. I think it was the AB card. It was AB and Tank and AB Tank and Charlo on the same card. And what Charlo fight for? He fought for the mandatory spot for that WBC belt. And what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Out of all the years boxing was been around, the WBC been around, out of nowhere when Charlo became Canelo's mandatory after beating Hugo Centennial, a fucking imaginary belt come out of nowhere called the franchise belt. Everybody want to talk about how they hate Teofimo Lopez and the franchise belt, but nobody want to sit here and say, oh, I hate the origin of the franchise belt. Stop playing games. If Canelo has that status to do that shit at 160, what the fuck is keeping him from doing it at 168 against fucking Yildirim? We didn't need to see that. And then we have the WBC apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry that fight got mandated. What you mean you sorry? Nigga, man, Ron Boy Fresh, I respect you, but get all the way the hell out of here with that shit. Come on, bro. Salute just got back. Canelo ducked his black mandatory. Stop playing games, boy. I like Canelo. Keep it 100. I paint the guy pictures. I put it on hoodies. I sell it. All that shit. His fans love it. I love drawing it. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? But I got to be real. I got to keep it 100. The guy is fighting competition that is non-threatening. And if they do have something, he takes that away from them. Look how small that fucking ring was against Plant, man. I was telling you niggas, I said, man, that ring gonna be small as fuck. But hey, it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. But shout out to my brother D Hive. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you doing?
Shit, I'm good, man. But you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just got back. I just got back in, but yeah, no, I totally get it. And I mean, you're just talking about the Plant situation and who you should fight next.
Yeah, who should he fight next? My thing is with Canelo, right? And I respect him, right? You know what I'm saying? You just did these numbers. Congratulations. Ain't no hate in my game when it comes to that. That's money to be made right there. But now I want to know, who are you gonna fight that's gonna match that 800,000 or have it even greater?
My thing is,
Who you gonna
the,
fight after that?
my thing is, the same people who want
Hold on, my
no
bad.
problem.
My bad. He says, wait a minute, you said Plant was gonna beat Cinnamon. Now you saying Cinnamon ain't fighting nobody yet. Hey, I honestly did thought that Plant had a legitimate chance, but then when we got in the ring and the lights flashed on him, we seen what happened.
Bruh, people in the
Am I a
UK,
denier of reality? No. I thought he was gonna do something. But then he went in there and showed me that, hey, he's a good fighter. But yes, that's true. It was true. He was lacking power. Yes, it's true. He's going to gas and Canelo's going to knock him out. So I was wrong in that sense. But I ain't wrong about fucking who's a better fighter, Benavidez and Charlo over Plant. I've been saying Charlo and Benavidez is way better than Plant. I say, dude, I literally told my brother D Hive that Charlo can come up from 160, and I think he can beat Plant on his first fight at 168.
wait, but hold on, where the fuck
Yeah,
was where the
but
fuck
go
was this
ahead.
dude? Where the fuck was this dude when people from the UK were saying that Canelo was ducking Callum Smith? Where the fuck was this guy at? Like, look, we all knew once he fought Rocky Fielding and David Benavidez lost the belt, he was gonna run a fucking bloody path through 168 because wasn't nobody up there. Ain't none of them dudes fight nobody. I've repeatedly told Canelo fans between Smith, Fielding, Yildirim, Saunders, and Plant, you can't give me a quality win between them except fucking Groves and goddamn Lemieux. That's just facts. And the truth of the matter is, the reason why people are so thirsty to see Charlo come up to 168 now is because Reynoso's program wasn't acclimated yet. They weren't sure how he would perform. Because at 160, motherfucker couldn't knock out a cold. Now all of a sudden he's a walking fucking KO machine at 168 because the shit's sitting right and he's a little bit
Yep.
heavier. And you don't have to worry about weight draining and passing tests and shit. Because as you can see, he can delay for drug tests to pass them. The cards don't mean shit. So, and the only way, basically, the only way he's like Tyson Fury now. The only way to beat him is to sleep him. And we all know goddamn well that he has enough power in chin at 168 plus to keep that from fucking happening. That's why all of a sudden they're more comfortable with Charlo. 4 years ago, with all the franchise bullshit at 160 when he was vulnerable and couldn't knock out anything, they were like, "Oh, we Charlo needs to earn the fight." Well, let me tell you something. Charlo's resume hasn't improved. Why all of a sudden has he earned the fight fucking now? Y'all
And you
make
know
fun of.
what? And you know what? What kills me every time, and I get frustrated because I say, man, to hell with that resume talk. Let's talk about what the fuck our eyes can see. Our eyes can tell us that Benavidez and Charlo are much better fighters than Wilder and fucking Abney Yildirim. Don't tell me about no damn politics. Because if you the best fighter in the world and you making money like that, ain't no motherfucker in the planet, if nobody in the sport of boxing can tell you, oh, you can't go fight Charlo. I'm gonna take your belt away. Nigga, fuck that belt. Y'all know damn well, bro, stop playing games here. These politics is sitting here and then even like people sitting here, oh, Canelo, he fought 4 times in 11 months and he got undisputed and all. Bro, you think he just did that just off his good looks and his boxing ability, nigga? No. There's people orchestrating shit that puts him in position to do this shit. Bro, let's be real. You don't think that a motherfucker like uh Benavidez, you don't think if Benavidez fought all the guys that Canelo had to fight to become undisputed, you don't think that there's a high probability that he can become undisputed too?
Benavidez would have stopped Callum Smith.
The fuck out of here.
Benavidez would have stopped Callum Smith.
TKO stoppage.
It would have been bad, yeah. And my thing is, the same people that are okay with all this bullshit, including the franchise witness protection system and the PEDs, want to talk shit about Tank. I'm like, bruh, do you forget that Canelo was king of the fucking catchweight kingdom while real dudes had real belts? You weren't telling him to chase belts then. You weren't telling him to chase belts at 154 while he was at 155. But then Tank got to sit here and unified division. Nah, Canelo didn't do this shit until he was 30 and he needed fucking WBC cheating help and PEDs. Get off Tank ass. Leave Tank the fuck alone and let him unify when he want to fucking unify. He going around snatching random ass belts from people that are the same caliber as Smith, Fielding, Yildirim, and all them. So get off his ass. When he's 30, he'll decide to start slaughtering motherfuckers. And let me tell you this. Benavidez, Charlo, whoever the fuck y'all want Canelo to fight next, let me tell you something. They better get the same fucking tea and meat privileges as that motherfucker. Now all of a sudden he's goddamn Terminator. I don't want to see Jamal Charlo fight Canelo until he's able to fail 2 drug tests, gets a 6-month ban, come back at 168 as Terminator, and he gets to have 2 fights at 168 because it took 4 years, 2 failed drug tests, 6 fights above 160, one at 175 for all of a sudden y'all to have any confidence that he could beat Charlo now. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's time Charlo come up to Canelo. Like he's done something special. All he's done is fight fucking Montiel. But now he deserves the fight? Nah, you're trying to walk him into a goddamn trap. Shit. So let him go up there, get 2 fights at 168, fail 2 drug tests, get banned and come back, and then he can fight Canelo.
You don't want him to go straight up from 160 to 168 to fight Canelo?
It's a fucking mistake. And he'll take it if the bread is there because they all
He will
did.
take that shit.
Yeah,
But
he'll take it if the bread is there, but he needs to acclimate himself
but
to
you know,
168.
at this point, Benavidez should be the winner. I mean, should be the fighter of Canelo chooses. And for Cinco de Mayo, Canelo just fought 4 times. You could rest all the way up to Cinco de Mayo. You could promote that shit starting in January. Boy, that shit gonna do 1 million pay-per-view buys, nigga.
Yeah, and Benavidez is number 1 for the WBC, and he's earned it, but he ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, but he gonna
I heard that they took away they're not making this a WBC contender fight.
an eliminator.
The Kyron Davis versus Benavidez. I heard that's not for the mandatory position.
It shouldn't be an eliminator because Benavidez is already ranked number 1. Why should he have to fight 2 eliminators? He didn't he beat Durrell in a fucking eliminator?
And like I say, the politics, man, the politics. But we'll see. They said the WBC is supposed to be giving some type of ruling on Tuesday.
Oh God,
The fact that we even even give a fuck, man, fuck these guys, man. Real shit.
who are they gonna make his fucking WBC mandatory? What they gonna do? Lemieux again? What they gonna do? Jesse Hart or some shit? The fuck they gonna do? Gabe Rosado put his that dumbass in there some more?
Said Benavidez is already the mandatory.
Not
Good.
if the WBC say he not.
All right.
If
Man,
that,
bro. Sometimes I be thinking to myself, man, what if the WC? It wasn't Benavidez's fault that he missed the weight. What if some extra shit going on? They tipped the scale or some shit. You never fucking know.
no, man.
But nah, don't take that as a quote. I'm just saying that's just me with my tempo and Koofy on. But hey,
You literally never know. They've done worse shit. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like you never fucking know, and to
look
be a fool is to out, to say that stuff can never happen.
look at the Valdez situation. This man blatantly out here on PEDs, and they were like, "Nah, pass."
Man, I wonder if I can show y'all the highlights of that fight without getting a copyright strike. Because if y'all go see the Valdez versus Robinson highlights, nigga, it's no Robinson versus Valdez highlights. It's all Valdez. All fucking Valdez. Said Canelo gonna fight that legendary champion called Murata. Man, that's what they just announced that shit, but who gives a fuck about that? Triple G versus Murata. Fuck that fight.
Yeah, and the WBA is trying to pull some more shit. I forgot what bullshit they were trying to pull, but the WBA is trying to pull some more shit, and it's getting on my fucking nerves with the WBA. They're acting like the WBC now.
Bro, this guy, Mighty Max, I like the guy, but sometimes he says some wild shit.
He's a
He said
kid.
he
Have you
said it's
gone on his
time for
YouTube?
Triple G and Canelo fans to admit that both fighters are accomplishing great things.
Dude, go on that dude's YouTube. He admits he's like a 16-year-old kid.
I know
He's
he is. I
yeah,
know he is.
this
But it's just like, wow, nigga.
and that's what's scary. Those are the people driving the fucking discourse. This is why companies like Dazen can have so much quote unquote success and everyone believe they're successful and then it turns out it's really not. These are the and then this kid get like grown adults that should be watching boxing at least a decade by now that follow him and like his bullshit. I'm like, bruh, anybody who licks Canelo's nuts can get a lot of likes on Twitter. That's not a fucking accomplishment. You gotta actually talk fucking boxing. Like and
GGG gimmick is not accomplishing
he's
nothing.
not
What the
accomplishing
fuck?
shit, bruh. And you know what's crazy? The same people that talk about Reggie belts with Tank, this motherfucker grabbed a WBA regular and an IBO and defended them shits like 6, 7, 8 times, and everyone was like, "Oh, Triple G, pound for pound." Now that Tank is doing the same shit, going up the weight class and snatching them, all of a sudden, oh, it's a damn problem. He needs to fight some other people. Oh no, these Reggie belts don't mean shit. Man, fuck out of here with this bullshit, bruh.
All I'm saying, man, is that you guys gotta, what I'm saying? You can't you if you're gonna do that, you gotta call it out on all sides. Like I
Literally,
remember Josh Taylor talking about Tank's belt, his regular belt or whatever, and then he goes support his mate who's fighting for a regular belt, and niggas in the comment section was like, "Hey man, I thought you were just talking shit about regular belts."
bro, why do you think when Tank said that he's the Canelo of 168, why do you think people got so mad? They were upset about how true it fucking was. The only difference between Tank and Canelo are the weight classes and their fucking ethnicities. That is literally it. Tank is doing exactly what Canelo's running around doing. He's running around the weight classes, snatching random belts, going up and down. And then they want to
Yep.
compare the people as individuals. I'm like, people like Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, these are multi-division. I mean, not Mario Barrios, but Leo Santa Cruz, Pedraza. These are multi-division champs or contenders. Yildirim, Smith, Fielding, Plant, Saunders, all these dudes are single division guys who haven't really been in there with anyone. Pedraza fought Lomachenko and some other people. He's about to fight fucking Ramirez. Leo Santa Cruz fought Warrington, for whatever he was worth and, accomplished some things. Barrios is Barrios, fought a young, fought a new East Euro puncher and managed to beat him, even though some people said that was a fucking robbery.
It
Either
wasn't a
way,
fucking robbery.
yeah, either way, it's the same level of fucking competition that Canelo's fighting. They're just mad that Tank's getting away with the shit.
I like how Tank fucking went up to 140 and fought Barrios. And that was actually a fucking testing
Shout out
fight to
Trap.
me, bro, because I was thinking to myself that, yeah, Barrios, he has a level of power that's going to be respected. And he did knock hit Tank head back for a quick second. I remember he punched Tank with a straight right, and Tank bounced off the ropes like this and just shaked his head. But I was like, oh shit,
You know what's
man.
crazy? Barrios, that win, once Barrios gets back into the mix at 140, that win gonna age like wine and people gonna hate Tank for it. They're gonna say, oh, you just like Mayweather. You fought him when he was young. Because Barrios gonna do some damage at 140. I'm gonna tell you. That win is gonna start aging like wine and people gonna hate it. And Trap.
He gonna go to
The
147.
Probably. I mean, he's not gonna really do shit up there. He's gonna end up like Danny Garcia, so he should probably calm down and try to do some things at 140 before shit get
I don't
real.
think he can make the weight. That's why.
Oh, then he fucking up. He might want to skip 147 and go to 154 because at 147 he ain't shit for him over there. He gonna get fucked up. But
Niggas be on Regis Prograde Diary of My 140 Life.
yeah, Regis Progress get fucked up at 147 too. So
Man, because them brothers, they don't want to go because you start putting them in the mix at 147, then you hear names like Boots and shit. Niggas are like,
yeah,
nah, hey, fuck all that. I'm staying right down here.
both of the niggas will get weeded out immediately. Like they're not touching Spence, Crawford, Boots, Butayev. Like Regis would have a good shot against Butayev because they're both southpaws, but outside of that, nah, they get fucking beat up.
Regis should try to fight Montana Love.
That'd be interesting. I think I favor Regis in that.
Right. That should be his next fight. Stop trying to fight Mikey Garcia, nigga.
Yeah, he just want that bread. But nah, Trap got a point. The only sanctioning body that is in the United States and not in the Hispanic nation is the IBF. The IBF is run by an African American dude in the US. The rest of them are in Hispanic nations. That's why we can't get no fucking justice. Hell yeah, Regis is the best at 140. That's not even a fucking question. He beat Taylor. It look if you go to DAZN's DAZN's Taylor v uh fucking Taylor v Prograde video, you even see the comments. They're like, turn the commentary off and then rescore this shit. They even think he lost.
Man, to be honest, I've been telling myself I need to go back and watch that fight because I watched that fight one time. I ain't gonna lie to you, one fucking time.
Rewatch it.
Rewatch it. Okay,
Rewatch it.
I will because I
Also,
rewatched Porter versus Ugas, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, Porter got Ugas got robbed and all this shit." But I'm like, I don't know about that. I gave it to Porter. I gave it out to Porter. But if they would have counted that last punch as a knockdown, then yeah, I would consider that a win for Ugas. But they didn't, so that's a win for Porter.
one thing that's important though. Here's something you also need to watch. Go back
Go
and
ahead.
watch. Go back and watch the Canelo versus Jacobs fight, but don't even really watch the fight. Listen to the fucking commentary. You can hear Brian Kinney's punk ass saying, "Hey guys, listen. I know that Canelo and Jacobs are exchanging here, and Jacobs might even be getting the better of it. But for some reason, I noticed Canelo shots more. They're just more flashy. Am I right?" And then he had people backing him up. I'm like, these niggas are really fucking exposing themselves. So you're
He
literally
really
saying,
said that shit.
bruh, no bullshit. Go on the zone and watch Canelo versus Jacobs and just listen to the commentary. You can literally just you can literally just look at something else. Don't even watch the fight. Listen to Brian Kinney in like the second or third round say, "Hey, you know what? I know that they're exchanging equally, and Jacobs might be getting the better of it. But I just noticed Canelo's punches more. They're more flashy." I'm like, so you're admitting that Canelo's not winning this fight, but you're saying that you're gonna give him the round any fucking way.
He said, "My dude Ron Boy said so. Y'all gonna act like Russell and Matias is not at 140. They also beat Regis."
Matthias is
Oh, he
50.
talking to you, D Hive. I ain't say Regis was the best ever, but I
No,
don't know. I haven't really seen too much from Regis.
I'm basing that off of the fact that I think he beat Josh Taylor. Is he the single best fighter at 140? I don't think so. Gary Antoine Russell does beat Regis. Matthias is a 50-50. His defense is trash. So people act like Matthias hasn't lost to a dude
Oh,
with
you
no
talking about
profile.
Gary Russell's brother?
Yeah,
Oh
Antoine.
shit, man.
Gary Antoine Russell was whooping Boots' ass in the amateurs. So let's not get it twisted. Yeah,
Yeah, he said he'll
Gary
do it
and
again, but
yeah
nobody trying to hit
Gary
pros.
Gary Antoine Russell will beat the shit out of Regis, but Matias is a 50-50 because Matias already took an L to some dude with no profile, fucking Petros Ananian. He just didn't want to put his hands up. He's almost been knocked out twice. Even Jukabayev was getting off on his ass until he finally put his hands up and stopped him. So Matias is the 50-50, but Antoine Russell, yeah, will beat Regis' ass.
um, I think Montana Love should be the next fight for Regis.
That's a good fight. I think he stops Montana.
You
Keep
think
it real.
so?
Yeah, because
It's crazy how Montana made a little quick comeback real quick.
I mean,
Because the
but look,
last fight I seen before that, he was on Showtime, and it was looking a little shaky there. I was like, ooh,
yeah,
I ain't
but
like that performance.
well, he almost, I mean, shit, he almost got stopped by Baranchik if we're keeping it real. Some wobbly legs, and if Baranchik had a little bit more skill, he could have finished him. Like people like Subaru Matias will stop Montana Love. That's that's for sure.
Who Montana Love fight like to you?
Mm,
Or he just got his own style?
it's a mixture of like it's kind of a mixture of Andrade and uh, because I feel like he
AB.
not really because his hands aren't as quick and he don't have as much power as AB, even though AB himself didn't have that much power. But I don't know. It's a mixture of fucking Andre. Why are people paying? What the fuck? This dude named Pablo. You pay attention to Dante's Boxing Nation, and you probably pay attention to Lejo. What's your fucking point, bro?
Said facts. Love beats Regis.
I disagree.
I told y'all all that Canelo, the dog, don't bet against him. I ain't bet no money on that fight. Um, oh yeah, Richie Rich. I dropped the link in the chat. It's artmanapparel.com. And Tank needs to fight Josh for undisputed. Because Josh Taylor need to hurry up and get this fucking Jack Catterall the fucking guy out of here.
Yeah, and
The
Josh
fuck
Taylor need
going on with that shit, man?
well because he don't want to be vaccinated, but Josh Taylor also needs to run some shit back with Prograde
Need to
because
hurry up
that
and get this shit out the fucking way. I'm tired of hearing, oh well, he got to fight Jack Catterall. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't even know what the fuck he look like yet.
yeah,
I just want to see him get over with the shit.
but then they talking about Taylor going up to potentially face Terrence Crawford. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like Crawford's in all kinds of talking about going to 154. I don't
Bro,
know what
that
the
shit
fuck
wouldn't
it is.
even be. It would be like worse than Terrence Crawford versus fucking Ricky Burns. I feel
Mm,
like Terrence Crawford would beat the shit out of Josh Taylor. If he would just be trying to set these fighters up, don't get set up, nigga, out here.
I mean, and it's gonna be close. It's gonna be better than that because Josh Taylor's one of the rare UK fighters that actually got some dog and can work on the
I'm
inside. But
telling you, look,
I do
it's
think
gonna
Crawford
be
will get the better of
competitive
it.
it's gonna be a little bit competitive, but until Crawford start turning it up on his ass, which will be about probably like the fourth round, he's gonna get him the fuck out of here.
No, yeah, no, I agree that I think it'll go past. I think it'll go past that, but no, I agree that Terrence Crawford will get the better of it, especially because he has the switch hitting ability. He can just turn orthodox and shut everything that dude is doing now, or turn southpaw himself to get a cleaner advantage if his left is a stronger hand. But but yeah, no, I think as a switch hitter and having better footwork than anybody that Josh Taylor's faced at this point, he'll definitely get the better of it. They'd have to wait until he's like 36, 37, and really start slowing down if that was going to be the situation. But nah, the Canelo thing, the Canelo situation, like I said, Benavidez should get next up, but I don't think he's going to do it. I think the best person that would have been able to compete with Canelo would have been Better Biev right after he fought Kovalev. But now the motherfucker's like 37, 38. He's looking slower and shit like that.
Let's talk about that question that I put on Twitter because I see a lot of people didn't want to answer that one. I said, if Marcus Brown beats Better Biev impressively, would his name be in the Canelo sweepstakes too, or they just totally ignore it?
Yeah, because it depends on how he beats him. If it's a life or death struggle and he gets an MD, probably. If he like does some crazy shit and knocks Better Biev smooth out, no. So it all
What if
depends.
he TKO fucking Better Beef?
Then nah, I
That would
doubt
be
it.
some shit. Hey, people think it's not happening, but hey, that would be some fucking shit, man.
Nah, it's
He
funny
get him in the
how
corner and fucking Better Beef slow ass, no defense. Is just getting fucking wailed on. I feel like the ref will fucking just jump in on that shit.
no, it's funny because everyone was like, "Well, Marcus Brown isn't elite despite facing better opposition because he took an L to fucking roided up Pascal." And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, I see boxing journalists start saying, "Oh, if Brown does pull off the upset," I'm like, "Oh, so y'all done did the research now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just because Brown hasn't been fighting, y'all forgot who he's been in there with." I'm like, "Bro, he's been in there with fucking Badu Jack and goddamn Jean Pascal and some other people." So, and better be if it's only been in there with Wojcik, who again rabbit punched him to death. So
We see, bro. And how many years ago was that fucking fight, man?
with the better
Shit.
be,
Yeah.
shit, I don't know. Let me see. Uh,
Better be getting old out here. How old is Marcus Brown? Like 32?
Marcus Brown is 30, I think. Yeah, Gvozdyk was 2019, and yeah, and better be if it's 36. So he's still solid right now. But Canelo, this is why he didn't want to fight him right after Kovalev because he was actually whooping ass. Now he's looked like he's fallen off a little bit. And Marcus Brown is 30. Yeah, Marcus Brown is 30, and his only loss is a technical decision to John Pascal. That's real shit. He fucking he beat Castillo. He beat Castillo before I think before Bivol did. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to look that shit up. But yeah, so people are acting like John Pascal, and also I feel like fucking what's his name Bivol is not getting no respect because he's fought the better competition at 175. It's just that better be if happens to have more fucking belts. So I'm not sure where the fuck.
Imagine if Canelo says Bivol's a boring fighter and he don't want to fight him.
Yeah, like Bivol fought fucking Castillo, Joe Smith Jr., John Pascal, Isaac Chilemba, Sullivan Barrera, Cedric Agnew. Like he's actually fought, like he's been doing all of the fucking heavy lifting at 175, but somehow fucking Better Biev is a damn threat because he gets vicious knockout. I'm like, yeah, bruh, you can get vicious knockouts
But
when
why
you
he don't want
fucking.
to fight Bivol though?
That's what I'm
Why
saying. I'm like,
nobody ever pressure him to unify though?
yeah, the niggas don't want to fight each other. They want Andrew and Charlo to fight. But it's funny because when people are getting knockouts against subpar competition, oh, like look at Virgil Ortiz Jr., look at Better Beef. Oh, they're on knockout streaks. Wilder was on a fucking 40-person knockout streak and got no credit for the shit.
And then Fury beats him. Oh my God, Wilder. He was a champion for 5 years. Tyson Fury came back from depression and all that shit. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Better be okay. This dude, Better Beef, is a master boxer, based off of what?
Based off them fucking rabbit punching.
Yeah, for real, Trap. I know Brown can punch. I've seen the nigga punch. Now, is his chin the greatest? No, but he's fighting a roided up Pascal and he got caught being an idiot. Hopefully he's learned from that. But they're like Better be if is a master boxer. I'm like, great. Based off of what? Who the fuck have we seen him box? I mean, being a knockout puncher is fantastic, but if we never see you box anybody, I mean, and again, the 11 rounds he went with Wojcik was winning.
I'm not even looking at, to be honest, when I look at Better Be It versus motherfucking Brown, I'm not even just looking at who they fought. I'm looking at how they beat these guys too. Like, yeah, he knocked him out after getting touched up and tagged up. What if you go in there against a certain style where he's not going to get tagged up and he's tagging you up and he's boxing circles around you? Then what? Marcus Brown, he is pretty sharp, dude. Really athletic fighter. You know, he's been training with Derek James for a minute. Yeah, I don't know, man. He got a real good trainer under his belt. He win this shit. Errol Spence come back. Shit, man. He gonna have 3 unified champions in his stable, bro. If
And
Marcus Brown wins this fight, you know that, right?
oh, 100%. And keep in mind, 170, 175 is only now just heating up. It's been light. And if Marcus Brown take out Better Biv, he should try to get Joe Smith Jr. punk ass out of there immediately and then go for Bibble right after. Because these two, if he smokes Better Biv in emphatic fashion, these two ain't going to be nothing.
And that's what I like about boxing because, bro, nigga, with the right opportunities, you can bounce back your whole career, nigga. Real shit. He fuck around, beat Better Biv, then what? Nigga, that shit's fucking, bro. Unified champion just like that.
Right. Romboy Fresh is saying, and the nail, he means Vajdik, was a great boxer too. And you see how that turned out. Yeah, for real. I get that. But that doesn't mean you're a master boxer. That means you punch super hard. which is
Did you
fantastic.
say he said Better Beef is a master boxer?
He said is a
Bro, cut
master,
it out, nigga. What?
bruh. That's what I be talking about. They could
And
they
it makes me
confuse.
think like, what? So do you think when I say what I think about a master boxer, I think of like guys like fucking Bud Crawford. And I hate to be the person that says, yeah, Bud Crawford, Bud Crawford, Bud Crawford, but hey, man, he showed me things that he has great power, great fucking footwork, good defense, good speed, technique, IQ, switch stances. That's master boxer, nigga.
Yeah, when I
Not a
think of
nigga fucking rabbit punch you to fucking death when he's losing.
yeah, when I think master boxer, I think yeah, Terrence Crawford, Tony Harrison, Gary Russell Jr., fucking just people Devin Haney, people who emphasize boxing skills, hit and not get hit. Better Biv is a devastating puncher with a solid chin. He's light heavyweight Triple G with only a slightly better resume because Triple G got robbed. Basically it. Now I'll give Better Biv this. He goes to the body significantly more than most other East Euro punchers up that high. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But Master Boxer is a bit fucking much, especially he out here getting dropped by nobody. Man has been dropped by fucking club fighters.
Yeah.
He's out here getting dropped by fucking nobody. What the fuck has Callum Johnson gone on to accomplish? What the fuck is Campillo or whoever he got dropped, the other guy got dropped by, gone on to accomplish? Jack shit. So
Yeah.
let's relax from the master boxing talk. Like for
Yeah.
like for example, dudes like Anthony Yard, they can't even fucking hang at light heavyweight. Dudes like Gilberto Ramirez, niggas, bruh, 42-0 against fucking bums. Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. The WBA just mandated fucking somebody against Gilberto Ramirez.
Mirrors. Yeah, I seen that shit.
And I think they're trying to, yeah, I think they're trying to maneuver Gilberto as someone they think who could take out Bivol before Canelo gets there.
Yeah, because I this Mexican dude, he's always in my inbox and he's like, man, Zerto and Canelo, that's gonna be a super fight one day.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
yeah,
my god, man, I ain't
yeah.
trying to
They
hear that shit.
they mandated this Cuban dude Gonzalez to fight fucking who's a nobody, by the way, to fight Zerto Ramirez, who's 42-0 against fucking nobody. Because if Zerto wins this, it's an eliminator for the WBA. I think they're trying to pull some shit to where Gilberto could snatch Bivol's WBA belt off of him because of how he looked against Richards. Because he looked like shit against Richards. Richards was a longer, taller fighter and was having some success, and Bivol looks vulnerable. Gilberto Ramirez, I think, is bigger than fucking Richards. I think so. So they're trying to
I
position
like
him.
Zerto. He beat Jesse Hart ass, and I was like, man, what the fuck, bro?
I mean, that's great, but I mean, it's Jesse Hart. Just keep it real. Like, I mean, I'm not no disrespect to Jesse Hart, but for sure, just like he beat up Sullivan Barrera, even though he was, far past his prime, shit like
He
that.
stopped
So,
that nigga to a body shot. He was like, ah,
yeah, I'm not
yeah,
saying
you
he's
know what I'm saying?
bad, but he's only
But
ranked. He's only ranked number 4 with the WBA right now, and they're trying to push him into a title eliminator. Fucking how is that?
you know how that's that, nigga.
Yeah, because the two people ahead of him happen to be from England, but they're both black. It's Craig Richards and fucking Boatsy. Boatsy's supposed to be next up, and they don't want Boatsy's ass up there. Yeah, it's some bullshit right here. They're trying to muscle him in, just like I think they're gonna try to do Ortiz ass. Always some bullshit with these damn people. God damn, man, nothing ever should be fucking fair.
My dude Isaiah Felix said everybody the master boxer besides the actual master boxers.
Right. Everybody who looks good, and people put so much fucking emphasis on goddamn resumes and shit, but then when it's time to actually use them, they don't, like, you're basing it off what? He hasn't even gone that many fucking rounds.
All I'm saying is, nigga, that resume don't win you a fight when you're in that ring with somebody stylistically better than you.
Yeah, and and it's funny because I associate with you, people think I can't disagree, and I'm like, I had Canelo this entire time, and I've said it multiple times on the damn show. I said even if Plant wins the fight, he's not gonna win the fight, and as you saw by them cards, I was right. Them cards were some dog shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And then they even got it fan proof too. Them cards got insurance on it because you start talking about that fight card, nigga say, hey, Plant, I think, bro, they trying to crucify this nigga on fucking Twitter because he has a post saying, damn, Plant up 7-2 right now.
Yeah, yeah. The dude Diggs, the attorney.
Yeah, and they like, oh, that nigga a terrible lawyer, all types of shit. He's a
Right.
Negro lawyer,
Just
all
like
that.
when, just like when they tell me, where'd you get your master's degree from? Like they don't give masters in pugilism, dumbass. But you don't need a fucking master's degree to see when a motherfucker is getting credit for shit he don't land. That's why I brought up that Brian Kinney thing because they're like, oh, Plant was getting washed. Okay, yeah, so great. You got the same eyes as the judges. There's plenty of people out there that don't think Plant was getting washed. Triple G wasn't getting washed, and we all saw how that worked out. Laura wasn't getting washed, and we saw how that shit worked out.
He said Plant only won 2 rounds. Yeah, right.
He doesn't even believe that. You're giving credit to Canelo for hitting belts and elbows. See, these are the type of niggas that rewarded Oscar De La Hoya over Pernell Whitaker. They're giving credit for fucking forward aggression and ring generalship. That's Robin nigga talk. That's Robin nigga talk. Shit don't make
Bro,
no fucking sense.
look,
What the fuck is ring generalship? You could
look,
be pressing the action.
when me and my pops seen that unofficial scorecard, he looked at me like, son, let me tell you about this sport called boxing right here. Because this nigga, he ain't gonna win this fight. That shit go to cards. And it was so crazy because I think that's right around the time they showed the unofficial scorecard. And niggas was like, "Oh yeah, he getting robbed." And then eventually and then he got stopped right after. So it was like, "Oh okay." But people had a feel. Let's keep it 100. A lot of people can say that, man. I ain't gonna lie. If that fight would have went to the cards, and Canelo didn't land those whatever devastating punches like that, nigga. Let's be real. That nigga Plant was not leaving with them belts.
You wasn't. And also, Round Boy Fresh, the consensus is Canelo's not a drug cheat. There you have it. Fuck the consensus. What the fuck you talking about? You acting like most people know boxing. People that know boxing is a small contingent of people. The consensus. Are you fucking kidding me? The goddamn consensus. The consensus is that the WBA isn't corrupt. Just surviving in their shell. Again, these are the people that allow Triple G to be robbed. These are the people that allow Laura to be robbed. I'm like, you're not getting any special fucking points at work for saying Canelo's the goat. Like, no one's gonna like you more. Me, oh my god, this dude got a Team Crawford shirt on, bruh, and then you over here Team Bud. Oh my god,
It say Team Crawford on his
that
shirt.
just ain't Team Crawford. What the fuck has he done at 147 besides be on Master Bob top ranked witness protection program?
I fuck
Bitch,
with Bud heavy,
I
and
like
he
Crawford.
if he get this shit done, he get this shit done on 2 weeks from now. Shit,
I like Crawford too, but if you can't keep it real about his 147 career, I question your integrity as a human
I
being.
keep it real. I keep it 100.
No, I'm not talking
But
about you specifically. I'm talking about people
no,
in general.
my thing with Bud, I want to see him in there against the best, and he's showing that right now. About to fight Sean Porter. Obviously, can't fight Terrence Crawford. I mean, he can't fight Errol Spence right now.
Because he don't want to. I'm not fighting Errol Spence at all. It don't matter. Never. What kind of bitch shit is
Now he
that?
said he don't care no more.
Yeah, that's trash, bruh. Don't get me
But
wrong.
sometimes I keep it 100. Sometimes I think to myself, does Crawford have the mentality that what the fuck y'all all praising this nigga? Da da da. I've been doing this shit. I've been got undisputed and all that. I've been doing this for a long time. He just started, and y'all saying he better than me. Da 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 da. I think I
Now,
get where he's coming from, but then I be like, bro, at the end of the day, fuck your feelings, nigga. This is who the people want you to fight next.
but then again, these same crazy ass Bud fans, I remember there was another question on Twitter talking about who had the hardest path to undisputed, and they all put Bud at the bottom. So what the fuck are y'all talking about? like, I mean,
They
shit.
tripping.
I would put Canelo at the damn bottom, and then Bud right
Right.
above
What the
him.
fuck?
Especially because Bud didn't have any PED or franchise witness protection help. That shit alone should put Canelo at the bottom.
But you know what they say? They say because Canelo did it in 11 months. That's why.
That's bullshit, dog. You toss anybody a Yildirim in between their fights, you can instantly boost up their stats too. That fight lasted fucking 3 rounds. Like I can't stand that. They're like, oh, it's just like the same. They keep moving the goalposts. It's just like the same reason why they keep talking about attendance at DAZN events and not the fucking numbers. How much revenue did the shit do? Right, you're not gonna tell me that because it didn't do shit. They talk about, oh, he packed out the stadium. Well, how much money did it bring in though? But he packed out the stadium. Right, because it didn't do shit. Like we can bring you PPV numbers from the Showtime shit immediately. Attendance don't mean nothing if you're not making any fucking bread. It's just like they keep saying he's fighting 4 times this year. Okay, fucking great. Jake Paul fighting 3. You could be more active when you ain't fighting no damn body, and you know that it's not gonna take a lot out of you. He's not fighting any fucking punchers. He's not fighting anybody who like. First of all, nobody asked for Canelo to compete at 168. Let's get that straight. Like you know how everyone's asking Tank to go unify 130, 135 or something. Nobody told Canelo to fucking do any of this 168 bullshit. Because we all
Now it
knew
just got me thinking: is this Canelo's weight class or what? Now, I mean, he's undisputed here, so is this what he's staying at?
he, nobody challenges him here. This is why they had to have 6 fights against fucking nobody above 160 to make sure that the shit was foolproof. Because he wasn't gonna fight no prime ass better Bill. No, especially fresh off of 160. No, he needed time to acclimate. And that's why I'm telling Andrade, fucking Charlo, y'all need to go to 168 and then acclimate. Fight some people at 168 first and get adjusted to the program. Because this motherfucker has had 4 years, 6 fights, 2 failed drug tests, and you know he ain't stopped. All of a sudden, he's breaking everybody's fucking eye sockets and shit with single punches, and he hit Triple G with everything in the kitchen sink and couldn't do shit. Nah, bro. Triple G is not no fucking Terminator. He just ain't fought no damn punchers until Canelo came and the Canelo couldn't do nothing to him. Nah, man. Nah, bro. Like, I mean, Benavidez can get in there and he ain't really going to do nothing. I mean, it's going to be entertaining for a while, but like I said, only way to beat Canelo is to sleep him. And Benavidez ain't putting nobody to sleep. He couldn't even drop goddamn, oh, okay, that's a little too much. But yeah, he couldn't even drop Ronald Ellis. He couldn't even drop him. He didn't drop him once. You think he gonna do shit to Juice Nello? Fuck no. And then I was on Southern T Channel earlier today, and then some dude got mad because I said Benavidez gets too much credit. Benavidez got a worse resume than fucking Jamal Charlo. That's the fucking truth of the matter.
That's true.
It is true. He's a 2-time dumbass.
But like we say, like I say, I look at your resume too, but I look at how you beat these guys, and I look at your skills and what do you possess. There's a reason why you could say, well, damn, Boots got a terrible fucking resume compared to Sean Porter. I mean, goddamn, what the fuck? You could say all that. Vin Heerden, what the fuck? But then you be like, well, you know for sure that Boots can beat a guy like Porter because you're like, man, well, obviously, looking at this guy's skill set, what the fuck? I mean, duh. Skip him. Skip over these guys. Put them in right there with the top guys. There's a reason why we can do that. It's because we can see out of our fucking 2 eyes what motherfuckers possess. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're right. But some people, like everyone's understanding of what the eye test constitutes and how everyone rates boxing is dependent on their exposure. Like if you've
Yeah,
actually
some people don't box or never been in a boxing gym before or seen certain things. I'm just me speaking of a person. Not saying I'm a boxer or anything like that, but I studied the sport and actually trained for it and all that shit before. I trained with Jamal James, all that. And it's just like, you can tell certain things, man, like certain styles can make fights. Like,
yeah.
yeah, people are telling me, yeah, Plant, he's gonna lose because he's gonna gas out and da da da. And at first I was like, nah, maybe he's working hard. But then when I watched the fight, I noticed that yes, this motherfucker is slacking, man, towards the end. And he just got, I don't know. To me, man, I'm gonna keep it 100. When it came to that Canelo versus Plant fight, I honestly believe that Plant was trying, but then when you start feeling Canelo's power, the motherfucker just like said, fuck that shit. And just try to survive, nigga. Like he didn't look like he was trying to press the issue to me.
Bruh, I told you from the second press conference that Plant had that depressed look on his face,
His
like he got
face.
the
Yeah,
like he got the talk. They
and
were having
notice I wasn't trying to deny. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe. But then the night of the fight, I'm like, yo, I'm looking at even when he got. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Even when he got left out the fucking the van, and he's walking to the fucking fight or whatever. I'm like, you could just sense it, like, man, I think this is a little bit too big for him, bro. Or maybe he had that talk.
the moment I fucking they were like that video came out, they were exchanging words, just talking in the ninth. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bruh. This is not you telling me you got a lull in the action and Canelo's not on your ass, walking you from side to side, and you're not gonna try to take advantage over here
That's
throwing
what I'm saying. Like,
over
I'm
over
just looking like, huh? Like,
over here throwing pity pat jabs like a bitch. I'm like, look, bro, you already don't have any power. That means you need to be loading up on as many shots as possible to try to hit Canelo in a sensitive area like the eye or the nose and pray for some damn swelling. You over here barely tapping him. I'm like, dog, get the fuck out of here, man.
that's
This
what I'm saying. Like, dude, I swear, man, I was watching that fight, and this guy playing, he hit Canelo with like a combination where like he hit him with a jab up top and then like a right hand to the body. I said, that nigga, that shit had no steam on that shit. I said, bro, what the fuck? Please
but
tell me
he
this ain't it.
but he
Please tell
hit
me he's
him.
just warming up because nigga,
But in
I
the
think it was like round 3 when he did that shit.
Nah, but in the fourth or fifth round, he hit Canelo with a hard left to the body, I think, and then Canelo grunted a little bit, and then they engaged in the clinch, and I was like, yes, more of that. But then he did that, and then he didn't do it again. I was like, okay, all right. So I see.
Man, I'm just maybe I gotta rewatch it again, but I'm just saying, I it looked like it wasn't no umph on them punches, man.
It wasn't,
And
and
even
not
if you don't have the most power, there's things that you could do to offset the opponent where it looks like, oh shit. Like Floyd, he didn't have that much power, but he was fucking embarrassing Canelo out there, popping his head back, all types of shit
well, yeah,
with
he
no
had
power.
a yeah, he had enough zip on his jab because he aimed for the sensitive areas. You aim for the eyes, you aim for the nose, you aim for the liver. Like even in fucking sniper school, they call the area from your eyes to your nose the fatal T, because they know a bullet anywhere in
He's
that area will shut everything down. You got to aim for that shit.
now my dude Ron. Now my dude Ron Boy Fresh said, "Now y'all saying he's getting washed." Nah, I'm not saying he was getting washed. I was saying like he wasn't doing enough.
Right. This is one of the dudes that think that boxing is really called knockout and not boxing. Bruh, I could tap you on the nose and it still counts as a
Oh
jab.
shit. Let me drop the link for my boy Ron Boy Fresh.
Yeah, I could tap you on the nose barely, and it still counts as a jab. And keep in mind, I had the fight tied going into the 11th. I had it 5-5. I didn't have anybody
You didn't
getting
have a
washed.
10-1? You didn't have a 10-1 Canelo?
Fuck no, I had it 5-5. I didn't have nobody getting washed. I thought the shit was even. I didn't have it 7-3 either way. I had it 5-5, dead even.
Yeah. And then Canelo got the stoppage. Fucking give my props to that dude. But nigga, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, hey nigga, what's next? Because there ain't no going down. Ain't no
There,
eardrum level now.
there is nothing. There's nothing for him. Like I said, Charlo, Benavidez, Andre. Andre would be good. I'd like Andre because that's the only person he didn't say. He has literally zero interest in Andre. And I watched more tape on Andre. Andre is very weird and awkward, and as a southpaw, that doesn't make you slick, but it's very hard to get clean counters off of Andre. It depends on what he does with quickly though, so we gotta see.
Yo, hey Slim, hey Slim, hey, what's up, Juice? What's good with you, baby?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, you know how I go. My man, Hive. Yeah, speaking of Pernell and Oscar, I was actually at that fight, so nah, you got the wrong champ. But
Slim
yeah,
old school.
yeah. So you got the wrong champ. My whole thing, Slim, is Plant was getting washed. So you can carry it the way you want to carry it. He was getting washed. He didn't. He was too much in that motherfucking shell, and Cinnamon was landing all the heavy body shots. So he was getting washed.
Where?
That little he
Where
was
though?
getting washed
Where?
I
That's what
don't
I'm trying to
know.
say.
everywhere. I
Where?
just told you who landed the body shots. He didn't land
Where?
no straight rights. The way you work a shell is the way you work that shoulder roll. You got to land some straight rights. That's how Floyd was effective. You can't sit on no motherfucking ropes with a shoulder roll and pity pat. That shit ain't. They ain't didn't half those pity pats wasn't doing shit.
I'm
I
not
ain't
talking
disagreeing
about.
with
I'm
that.
not
I'm
talking
not
about
disagreeing
plants.
with that at all.
So what rounds did
I'm not.
Plant win? Y'all
I'm not
giving him
talking.
credit for surviving, Slim. We know you giving him
Nah,
credit
I
for
gave him
surviving.
No,
rounds
no,
for
no, no.
using
You're giving
effective
Canelo
jabs.
credit for body shots he didn't fucking land.
Yeah.
You're giving
No,
him
he
credit.
was landing them body
No, no,
shots.
just
Nah,
hold,
fuck
hold on,
out of
hold
here.
on,
He
hold
was
on,
landing them body shots.
hold on. You're giving him credit for rights to the body that hit the belt and lefts to the body that hit elbows and the belt as well. That's what you're doing. And you're
I'm
giving him,
giving him credit
and
for
you're
the
giving him
body
credit,
shots that landed.
and
And
you're giving
those
him
body
credit,
shots
and you're
did
giving him
way
credit.
more damage than whatever the shit Plant was throwing.
It's not. It's not about the impact. It's
It's
about
not
the
about
amount
body
of.
shots,
No,
and
it's
it's not
about
about
body
impact.
shots, but your impact is subjective. He was hitting them behind the back. That's like
He
dudes
was
giving.
hitting them with body shots, and Plant was running, and he jumped on the ropes. What the fuck is you talking about?
Nah, bro, what are you talking about? He didn't land a clean straight left to the body that entire fucking fight.
He landed clean. Yeah. All right. At the end of the day, that man got washed and it showed it.
No, at the end of the
As
day, he
far
got
as
knocked
as
out.
far
As
as
far
what's
as on the
going on,
card,
yeah,
he won.
well, he won 2-3 rounds at best. Anyway, let's move past that.
So I guess
Zerto,
Triple
So
G, I guess
Zerto,
so
Triple G
we
Zerto.
going
lost
first.
too.
Yo,
Who you want Canelo to fight next?
who I want him to fight next?
Yeah.
Well, you know me. I don't think motherfuckers should be sitting down waiting for a sweepstakes. And you know I'm the biggest Charlo fan, but at some point these niggas is sitting around like on their hands and ass. I don't get it. I don't understand why. And I've been proposed this. Why didn't Plant go get the? Why didn't Cinnamon? I'm sorry. Why didn't Charlo go get the Plant fight before Cinnamon got
Mm-hmm. But
Why
you
didn't
know
that happen?
I don't
Everybody
know.
knew
Plant
Cinnamon
wasn't
was
gonna
going to
fight
Should
Charlo.
have did. Dude, I don't even know why he's sitting at 160. Like, bro,
exactly.
like
And
nigga,
then
get off that.
my whole thing is why ain't we getting Android and Charlo? These motherfuckers they having this personal thing, but at the end of the day, if y'all two motherfuckers ain't fighting Triple G or motherfucking Cinnamon, y'all next best fight is each other, and y'all gonna make the most money.
Oh, well, that's on them. But I knew Plant wasn't gonna fight Charlo beforehand. That wasn't gonna happen because he wasn't gonna fight Benavidez either. They didn't want to fuck up his Canelo bread.
Well, but that's my
Man, I mean
point, Slim. But
nowadays I ain't gonna
we
lie.
on the same page here, and that's my point. I think Cinnamon should say the winner Benavidez playing. I mean, the winner Benavidez and Charlo should get this sweepstakes. I think the best move, personally, I think the best move for Cinnamon should be Zerto
At
and Cinco de
what?
Mayo. I think
Well,
that's the best. That's the best move. I think that's the best
Not
move.
the
That's
Zerto ain't
the
got no
easiest
number
touch.
one WBC mandatory
Zer-
Benavidez for Cinco de Mayo, bro.
but Zerto
No,
don't
no,
even have
no.
a
But that's
profile
not
like
going to.
that.
It's not going to work like that. It's not. That's not going. That's not how that's going to work. Because at the end of the day, is just because he's a mandatory, the WBC is not going to order that mandatory fight yet. He can be the mandatory, but they're not going
I
to order
know,
that
but
fight
fuck the
because the
mandatory talk. You
WBC
don't
already
think that's a
ordered the
good fight for the
WBC.
money? For
But
the
yeah,
money?
No,
who is
I think
Zerto?
Zerto. I
Who
think Zerto is. I think the guarantee will be about the same, and I think it's an easier fight. And I
Gilbert?
think that's a good fight for Cinco de
With who?
Mayo.
What with
But
who? What
Gilberto got more
network?
profile. Gilberto don't got more profile than Benavidez in the states, bro.
Bro, he definitely don't.
He's
I mean,
42 and 0
like I
against
said,
nobody. 42 and 0
I
against fucking
think
nobody.
okay. Well, I know David Benavidez, so we cool. I don't have a problem with if he go Benavidez. I just don't see. I think the best fight. I think the best fight for Cinnamon is Zerto Cinco de Mayo.
I'm not saying
Nigga,
that's a bad fight. I'm
hell
just saying
no.
that Benavidez, from a
That's your
financial
opinion. I
perspective,
respect it.
Benavidez will easily bring in more bread than Zerto because Zerto, again,
I don't know. Because Zerto got fans. Slim. I don't know. I've been around Zerto at fights, and he got fans just like I've been around Benavidez. They all come up to him, so I can't call that. I can just go by with what I personally been around, and
well,
Zerto got
But
fans
but you
too.
but
are they
but you
actually his
also got to
fans
go
or
off
are
of
they just
look at who
people who?
Canelo was just working with.
Was that?
You think
Yeah,
he's gonna
but
go and fight Zerto on the zone in Cinco de Mayo when he can
I
fight?
think I think what'll happen is they're gonna build this up as a soap opera, and I think the Mexicans are gonna put pressure on him to fight Zerto. is because
Nigga, no,
Zerto.
them Mexicans don't put pressure
Yeah,
on him.
that's what you don't understand. The Mexicans,
Yeah,
Zerto is a real Mexican. Benavidez ain't somewhat, they really up to this real Mexican shit, dog. They
yeah,
trust me.
I know.
Yeah,
Trust me.
so you know what I'm
No,
saying. So I
but
think they're gonna put pressure on him to fight Zerto.
the
And I'm
WBA,
telling you, if somehow Jaime and they want and it's this whole little Oscar and Cinnamon thing, and Oscar keep running his mouth. Cinnamon the type of motherfucker that's gonna shut him up and be like, all right, this the motherfucker you got to replace me. Let's rock and roll Cinco de Mayo then.
What you mean replace this nigga? Zerto ain't doing shit.
yeah,
But
Zerto.
we know that Zerto is somewhat the Cinnamon replacement until Jaime get up there. We know that. That's the
Yeah,
first thing that
More
Oscar
like
did.
Ortiz
When
is damn
Oscar
near
got
the fucking
Zerto,
replacement.
yeah, but when Oscar got Zerto, that's the first thing they pushed him as. Oh, Zerto, a real champ. You know what I mean? You know how
well,
Oscar do it.
first they pushed him as a Canelo killer, like someone who could really
Right, and
challenge
that's my
Canelo,
point, and that's what I mean. So
which that was fucking stupid. I don't know what the fuck that was.
exactly, that's my point. So they pushed him as like the replacement on Golden Boy for Cinnamon, right?
That's retarded. They need to work with
Yeah,
Virgil
exactly.
Ortiz
That's sort
Jr.
of my point. So I think, and then after Zerto got this WBA shit they did where I don't Oscar paid, like Al paid. He got him up his ranking. Now he number 5, and I think they gonna lobby for Zerto and send him in the rock and roll.
Nah, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna have him get rid of this Cuban dude they got, and then they're gonna put him as the Mando for Bivens' ass because they saw how Bivens looked like shit
No,
against
no, no,
Rich.
no. That's stupid. That's stupid. There ain't no money in that Bibble fight for them.
But
That's dumb.
he can snag a belt. Was what I'm saying. And then
Yeah,
Canelo don't
nah,
gotta work as hard to get all the belts up there. You know what I'm saying?
nah.
He just gotta run through Better Be and then Gilberto ass.
Nah, Oscar ain't that stupid. They not putting Zerto in the ring with Bivol before no fucking sin. They will sit Zerto down before they do some shit like that, son. They not doing that. Bivol will run a muck on Zerto.
Well, people said the same thing about Richards, and then he went 12 with
Who,
Castillo, a dude
who
who fucking Smith iced. So
bro, Zerto isn't that good, bro. Like, yeah, I
I
don't know why
fucking
people.
I fucking know this, but
Yeah, but Zerto just isn't that good though. Like Zerto just that good, and I think Cinnamon gonna take a light touch, and that's his lightest touch is Zerto, and get the guaranteed money and get the fuck up out of there, and prove a point, and go back to pay-per-view. It can be and what I don't also don't understand is why is I mean, it's so many moving parts, man. But these motherfuckers, it's just too much waiting around for me, Slim. I swear to God, these motherfuckers is just waiting and wait.
yeah, and they're wasting their primes too.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think honestly, if it's not gonna be Benavidez next, and they're gonna do all that maneuvering while Canelo's taking a fucking holiday or whatever the fuck he decides to do, I would say Andre, but the only thing is they're gonna want Andre to fight Benavidez. Like they were like before this fight with Kyron was even fucking made, they were saying that Andre's ducking Benavidez somehow. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
Andre Andre never had Benavidez' name in his mouth.
right. Android and Benavidez don't even make sense. Well, you should be able to make Bibble and Andre before you can make Benavidez and Andre.
Well, I just figured that he would need some shit to acclimate to 168 because if they go up there now with no fight at
No, he
168
acclimate to
Chanel, they're
168.
gonna get walked.
Honestly, the best fight for Benavidez to acclimate to 168. 175 is a Zerto fight. I'm telling you, Zerto should be the first motherfucker should be getting up out of it because he's the easiest touch. He's the easiest motherfucker.
Well,
So if
Benavidez,
I was
What are
Benavidez
you
and Cinnamon, I'll be
gaining? What
trying
are
to
you
get that. Huh?
gaining, man? I honestly don't, bro. I'm sorry, bro, but Zerto name not ringing no bells when it comes to
Dog,
that
you
money,
tripping.
bro.
You
I
tripping.
well,
feel like
You tripping.
people
Benavidez
know
Canelo
people.
is a way much bigger fight because dudes like Teddy Atlas and all the casuals and everybody's bringing up Benavidez. They're not bringing up Zerto. They don't give a fuck about Zerto. I'm sorry, bro.
I disagree with that. Like
The
I
zone?
said,
You think niggas gonna download the zone right now to go watch a Zerto, or you think
Well,
they gonna be
it
watching
depends.
Benavidez this Saturday?
It depends
it
on who
doesn't,
he
bro.
fights.
Like it doesn't see when you looking at everything all at once. Cinnamon is going to, at the end of the day, if Benavidez is left after Zerto, he know he gonna get the fight regardless. So why not go after the guaranteed 40?
I'm just
You
saying
were
if PBC if my what I'm hearing is true, I heard that PBC and them was offering the Charlo or
yes.
Benavidez fight to
Yes,
Canelo. and they
The
just did these
first
type of numbers. You think
right.
Canelo gonna try to say, "Hey man, Al Heyman, fuck that. Can I bring Zerto to the table?" Fuck
Yeah,
no. He gonna want you
and
to
and
fight the fighters that he got right here in front of him.
and I know for
Nah,
a fact that Charlo is supposedly be the next one in line before Benavidez.
yeah,
That's what I know for a fact to be the plan. The plan is
yeah.
to have a Charlo and Canelo fight. But like I said, the monkey wrench from the pressure from the Mexicans is they probably want Zerto. Now the pressure from Eddie, because whether you want to believe it or not, Eddie and Cinnamon got a working relationship because most all of Canelo fighters are signed to Matchroom the Zone. Now, if Eddie say, "Look, we'll just give you a quick 30 to run over to the UK and fight Ryder," I know it sounds stupid, but it's Ryder for 30 M's. And Cinnamon want to fight in the UK. He guaranteed Eddie a fight in the UK. That I mean, not guaranteed, but that's what he wants to do. So you see what I'm saying?
Now, Mexican fans want to see Charlo lose way more than they want to see Canelo versus fucking Zerto. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
I
definitely
think we I
that's
think we
true.
can. I think
That's
I can
definitely
I can
true.
sort of agree to that. I can agree. It's 50-50. I can see that too. I can
nah.
see that
Trust me.
too. I can see that too.
Now that it's been what 4 or 5 years, 6+ fights above 160. They want to see Charlo drag his ass up there to 168 green, no fight, especially for the
Yeah, and
Benavidez
see,
bullshit. They want to see
and
him get washed, which he will. He'll at this point he'll get
yeah,
fucking stopped. He'll get fucking stopped in the eighth or ninth round with Canelo at this point, unless he got some lucky shit off. But he'll get
man,
stopped. They'll put that shit to bed, and then it could be, because we've all talked Charlo up so much, even though because 4 years ago this shit meant something at 160, but
yeah,
all of a sudden people forgot that weight classes fucking matter. Once he stops Charlo, they'll crown him as the modern fucking goat, and then he can go on to slaughter whoever the fuck he wants, wherever the fuck he wants, forever, because he undisputed, he beat fucking Charlo, skipped Andrade, whooped Benavidez ass, put all this shit to bed, and then it's over. So
and
they
that's
ain't
why I don't want to see the Charlo fight. And I'm a
hell
Charlo
no.
fan. I don't want to see it. I'm telling you,
I wouldn't want to
I
see
told
that
them
from.
why
I
y'all
wouldn't
know
want to
what
see
the plan
Charlo go
is.
from
Why don't
160 and
Charlo go
fight
fight
Canelo at
Benavidez?
his first fight.
Huh? What?
I wouldn't want to see Charlo go up there and fight Canelo at his
No. I
first
mean,
fight.
because you
Fuck
know
no.
it's a
He'll get
flat out
stopped.
cash out.
He will
You
get
know it's
stopped.
gonna be a fucking flat out cash out, and
It's
he
gonna
gonna sit down for 9 months to fight a cinnamon fight after you went 12 with Montiel. Come on, man. We
with the
know it's a cash out.
with the beating that Canelo would give him, it would permanently alter the rest of his fucking
It's not
career.
even fair for him to even take that fight. Like, you know what I mean? At some point,
Literally.
I know all money ain't good money. At some point, you want to be like, look, man, y'all gonna have to put Darrell in there with me or something before I get up in here. You know what I mean? Something.
They should make Charlo versus Darrell or some shit.
Yeah, he got to do something, bro. Because I don't want Charlo just jumping right into a motherfucking cinnamon fight just because he want to cash out. It would have been good 3-4 years ago. Cool.
He Canelo gonna
At
have to
He
get
was
160,
oiled up.
Darrell to
He
do
was
what he
active.
do.
at
Yeah.
160, Charlo beats Canelo, and I'll say that at 160,
Like the
Charlo
best fight,
probably
it
beats
should
Canelo.
the fight that should have fight should have been made after he beat Derachenko.
Right?
Derachenko and then Cinnamon and then Charlo go up. That's how you make a fight. But don't
Because
sit
he would have
around
fucking
and wait
lost.
10 months to get cashed out because you want a quick 8, 9, $10 million. And that's cool. But at the end of the day, man, all money ain't good
Man,
money, man.
nigga
Like this
Charlo,
shit
he
is
out here eating
ridiculous.
turkey leg hut and shit.
Yeah,
Nigga,
Charlo at this point,
nigga, I don't,
especially,
bro, and that's the thing. I like Charlo too, but I'm like, bro, like you
I don't
can't
like him
just
personally,
jump
but
into a
he's a good fighter.
168 fight. If bro, this whole time, why did you even fight Montiel? Nigga, you should have been fighting Tyrone
Well,
Davis
no.
or some
Montiel,
shit.
I like the Montiel fight. I knew that fight was going to happen regardless because Montiel was ranked, what, number 3 in the WBC, and Charlo was going to do a homecoming fight. I knew that fight was already in the
It
books.
was
I knew
good,
that.
but
I've
I'm
been
just
knew
saying,
that
like, if you're saying that you're going to go up and fight, if you're going to fight Canelo, why would you not put yourself in position to fight Canelo? Like, hey,
because
bro,
that's not
obviously,
because you can't make money that they're not going to make money that way. Remember he fights for a company. The company makes more money if they break the fights down in 3 and 4 fights instead of breaking it down to 2 or 3 fights. They're not going to make Benavidez Plant. They wasn't going to make Benavidez Charlo because they want Cinnamon for at least 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, they tried to
yeah,
get him in. They tried to get him into a $75 million deal with Plant, Benavidez, and Charlo, but he turned that shit down
Right.
because it was too much damn risk. It was too much risk off the front load. and he wanted Plant first to try to get him out the way, but Plant was like, it's a short camp, short notice. He didn't want to get fucked over like Callum Smith and all the other motherfuckers. But he turned it down because the fans were like, oh, they're trying to trap Charlo into some shit. I'm like, yeah, we're trying to see him in some 50-50s because the Charlo shit would have been at a catch weight where Jamal had a fucking chance instead of being at 168 all the way. But now it's fucked.
And me being a Charlo fan for like ever, I know that they don't make their fights. They haven't made one fucking fight. I'll
No,
make all them fights,
they're
and
too
that's
fucking
how it
stupid.
is. They don't make near fight. They don't make them. Somebody's telling these motherfuckers who they can fight. That's why when him and Benavidez, that's why when he got out of pocket with David, they had to holler at him and be like, look, Slim, you're not the matchmaker. You can sit there and scream, but we don't need pressure on these motherfuckers telling us to make a fight that we know we have zero intentions on making right now.
Yeah, especially if you ain't willing to vacate because the WBC ain't gonna give you no love. You're gonna have to drop the belt permanently, let that shit go, and then go to 168. We're not about to put you in no special fucking status where you can go do all this shit and hold out for you. That's not how it works. Like the WBC and Al Heyman don't got no real working relationship together.
Yeah, so I mean that's the problem I have with these motherfuckers sitting around for cinnamon, bro. Like I'm like, come the fuck on, man. But like it is. I understand the business part of it too. But if I was cinnamon, man, I just go ahead and fight Zerto. That's easy money, Cinco de Mayo, he Mexican, and it is what it is,
Yeah,
right? That's just
that is an easier fight than Benavidez because Zerto is
good.
trash. The only person he's beat is fucking old ass coming down in weight, fucking Barrera. And come on now.
Like I'm telling you, they trying to get. That's why they positioning Zerto the way they position. Zerto wasn't even ranked at 170 in the WBA, and all of a sudden he like number 3, number 5,
Yeah, he about to be Bivol's
and
mandatory
he
out of
about to be a
some fucking
mandatory.
nowhere.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's trash.
And it's
I
not
saw it
for it's
too.
not because of Bivol. And I know nobody. No man, Bivol will clean him up. I'm telling you, that's just a bad. That ain't even no money for them to make that fight. Golden Boy working on their last fucking legs over there. They about to shut down shop over that motherfucker. Believe that.
Yeah, and then Bivol and Better Bev don't want to unify because I guess they're afraid of each other. But apparently Bivol got an
I,
offer. Bivol got an offer to fight fucking Zerto, and Bivol's ass turned it down. Is what I'm hearing. So apparently Bivol knows some
that
shit we don't know.
that 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 was the story. I don't believe it. I don't believe that story, but that was a rumor that happened like that.
I know it's not confirmed by the official news story, but like I said, I watched Bivol versus Castillo, I watched Bivol versus Richards, and then I watched Zerto, and I'm like, I can see why you might be a little concerned because the very few
Man,
parts of Richards was having some success, long jab, long arms, height, and keep in mind, like I said, Zerto is bigger than Richards, so I was like, I can see why Bivol kind of wants to wait around on the Canelo bullshit too, because if he come up in here and fuck around and embarrass you or hit you with some shit to make you look dumb, because that's when Canelo targets you when you look like trash. The only reason why Charlo name even being spoke right now is because A, he's had a bunch of fights above 160. B, the Montiel fucking fight, even though Charlo got a clean UD.
yeah, I was a clean UD. I don't
If
even know
if
why that.
if he had knocked Montiel out in 2 rounds, his name wouldn't even be fucking coming up right now.
Mm, yeah, I'm just not. I'm just. I mean, I've always wanted to see the fight, but I think if they make that fight next, that's just unfair. I mean, it's just
He's
not.
gonna get fucking stopped.
Yeah,
I
it's just
wanted to
not a
see it at
good.
one. I wanted to see it at 160 where the shit was fair, not after
Yeah,
two failed drug tests and him going all the way. Because people
yeah.
forget at this point Canelo's coming down in weight. People keep talking about his fucking catchweight kingdom run. No, no, no. He's coming from light heavyweight. You fighting a light heavyweight.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Cinnamon gonna campaign in 175, and he gonna get clipped by Better Beaver Bivol. One of them motherfuckers is clipping him. I'm sorry, he ain't running through them motherfuckers. Mm-mm. He getting clipped, and I think Joe Smith is still on the pup list, but Joe Smith supposedly have like a 2-fight thing already set up with his I think the motherfucker is ranked number 1 in the WBO, and then he have and he's remember he still somewhat have that Danny Jacobs fight on the line too.
Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah, they remember Danny Jacobs. They got something in the pipe with Danny Jacobs, but remember Joe Smith Jr. caught a bad case of COVID. That's why you haven't heard anything about him. He's still sick.
Man, Danny Jacobs need to shut the fuck up and retire
I'm
somewhere.
yeah, but that fight got a lot of traction. I'm telling you, they really gonna make that fight. I'm telling you.
Shit, what? Danny Jacobs gonna
At
sit up in there,
175
not not
because
not
it's
throw
like they both New Yorkers. They
not
both
throw
New
punches for
Yorkers.
10 fucking rounds.
Yeah, Jacob's terrible, bro. People like him. I don't know. That motherfucker
I mean, as a
terrible.
person, he seems fine, but he shit. I mean,
Nah, he's not. No, he not. No,
oh,
he
he's
not. That
trash.
motherfucker is arrogant. He's
Oh,
arrogant as shit. Like
Gabe Rosado
he's not
said
that.
that nigga is a phony. He said that nigga pretend like he a gentleman, but he an
Yeah, that
asshole.
nigga, he's an asshole. You know? Like he's a bona fide asshole. So I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna bullshit you. He an asshole.
okay.
He's yeah. So I don't really. Yeah, he's just an asshole for
I
real.
know in the ring, he don't be doing no impressive shit. You over here, the rounds going even with Chavez Jr. and fucking Rosado. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on
Like,
here?
cause he don't really like, man. He don't really, man. The problem with Jacobs is he don't. Other than when he fought Peter, he don't really know how to like finish a motherfucker. He don't have no dog in him. People think he do, but he don't. Like,
And it's crazy because much like Adrian Broner, I think if Danny Jacobs just let his fucking hands go, he'd probably be undefeated. Shit.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he don't have that dog where he let that motherfucker out the cage. He like he gets scared and timid. Just go ahead, man. Let it go.
Ever since Pirog put that one hand on his ass and the fight
Oh
got stopped,
shit.
he's been
I
like
forgot
Ryan
about that.
Garcia. He fighting anxiety and shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah,
He's never been the same since Pirog landed that one shot. And the crazy thing
yeah.
is, he hit the canvas and then he was like, "I'm good" instantly. But for some reason, that scared the shit out of him. I'm like, bro, that shit already
But
done happened. You got to move on and actually try to win some of these fucking fights. Like people like Deverenchenko, who was also like I think his
oh
sparring partner too. You shouldn't be going no close ass 12 rounds. You should be whooping his ass. This shit should be done. Like people like Deverenchenko shouldn't be like looking competitive. You should be destroying these motherfuckers, man. How Triple
shit.
G? How you big as hell for
Man,
no reason?
Jacobs lucky he ain't fight Charlo.
Oh my god, Charlie would have fucked
That
Charlie.
fight,
Man, probably
that
stopped his
fight,
ass.
that fight was supposed to get made. That was another fight that they missed the ball on because I was told that that fight was actually if Charlo wasn't going to land the Cinnamon fight, he was supposed to fight Jacobs this year, 2021. And somehow or another, I think Joe Smith got in the mix, or somehow he was going to want. Somehow or another, them two was supposed to fight this year, and it did
Jacobs,
not, and it didn't transpire because
Jacobs
that
probably
was
didn't
going to
want
be the
to.
build up. That was going to be the pressure fight to get the Cinnamon fight.
Jacobs probably ducked. To be honest, I think Jacobs
Yeah, I
probably
don't
ducked.
know. That's why I can't confirm the who ducked who. But that fight was supposed to happen this year. It was in talks. That's a fact. That
Cause,
is a fucking fact.
cause
But
wasn't
who ducked
there?
who? I don't know. But
Cause
But remember, Al advises Jacobs too.
right.
So and Jacobs, whether people believe it or not, I mean, I guess ain't really much to believe. But the truth of the matter is, Jacobs get paid.
Yeah, he get money for
Jacobs get
little work he
paid.
put in. Yeah,
Yeah, Jacobs get paid. Don't fuck them. Don't fuck it. Jacobs get paid. So I don't know if the numbers wasn't right. I don't know, but that fight, Charlo versus Jacobs, was supposed to be one of those fights that was supposed to boom sneak up on people, be like, oh damn, one of those type of joints. You know what I mean? And they couldn't get the fight done.
Joe Smith Jr. at 175 for Jacobs is a much safer fight than Charlo at 160 or 168. Because Charlo getting in the fight with Charlo, the way Charlo fights and the way he was against Triple G, Deverenchenko, Charlo, it would he would beat his ass to the point where it would alter the
Well,
rest of his career and he'd have to take
and
some time off.
And I said this from the gate. I've been said this. I stand by it. Charlo would have stopped Jacobs. Everybody, oh, you just a Charlo fan. No,
Nah,
Charlo
he would have
is
beat the shit
just
out of
right
Jacobs.
for Jacobs. That 1-2 would have stopped Jacobs. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, Jacobs. Well, and plus when Jacobs get on the ropes and don't move, he don't do shit. He puts his hands
Yeah,
up. He puts
I'm
his hands up
telling you.
like Wilder against Fury. Charlo would have reached around the guard and plopped his ass. It would have been over with.
Right. All that hall when he walked down on when he tried to walk in the hallway and all. I was like, all right, all that's cute and everything. Charlo still beat him.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
shit.
give a fuck with all that shit. I'm like I said, man, it ain't. I can separate the two. I know why Charlo not fighting the way he fighting. and it is what it is. But I'm still not going to take from the fact, and I know a lot of people think Benavidez is the one to get Charlo that's not out of 175. I mean, Benavidez to get Cinnamon. I think it's Charlo, but we need a better version of Charlo. We need a well-oiled Charlo, not some motherfucker that been sitting down for 10 and 11 months. I'm telling you.
But Benavidez, people, I've never rated Benavidez super high, but Benavidez ain't gonna do shit to Canelo at
He's the
168.
problem with you know why what Benavidez is going to fail at is that remember Benavidez is still young. He's only 23, 24. He still don't got the experience. To me, that's the only way he gonna. But I still say when it's all said and done, Benavidez is gonna be running the show because he's still young. He's in the perfect position to be the man. And in 3, 4 years, in about 3, 4 years, Benavidez should be a number one, number two, and number three pound for pound boxer
I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to deal
because
with David
every he's
Morrell
going to be
Jr.
able to
But yeah,
clip everybody down the line. Everybody's older; they're in their 30s now. You see them getting that. So in 3 years, he's going to get those fights, and everybody he's going to eventually clip everybody. You know what I mean?
David Morrell Jr. gonna be a problem. I tell you that. I got him beating
Yeah,
Benavidez.
they going, but they gonna try to pro. They gonna try to keep him away from everybody as
Yeah,
long
you're
as they
gonna have to
can, man.
keep you absolutely. You're gonna have to keep David Morrell Jr. separate from everybody because he whooping
Everybody
everybody
they
ass.
going. That's why they don't even like mentioning him. If you notice, they don't mention him. PDC ain't trying to mention him because they don't want no pressure on him fighting anybody. They just want to keep him under the radar as long as they can keep him under the radar.
Yeah, they want to try to move him into position to get up the rankings if they start putting a bunch of random ass people above him.
Exactly. So they doing the right thing. That's cool. I mean, he got that Reggie belt, and that's cool.
Oh,
All that's cool.
because he's with the WBA, isn't he?
Yeah, he got the
Oh,
WBA Reggie, and he
oh,
only 3-0.
oh God, he ain't gonna get
And
shit.
nobody, and you I mean, think about it. Nobody's mentioning that, right? It's
Oh
done
yeah,
by design. That's what I'm
yeah,
telling you.
he fucked up with the WB. He ain't gonna get shit.
No, 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 no. That's what they want, though. They cool with that. Trust me, they cool with all that shit. But they don't want no talks of Morel versus Benavidez. They don't want them type of talks. I think Morel, but what I do think is, and I know y'all think, I mean, like I said, Plant, and I told people this years ago. I was like, oh, after Plant for Uzatagi, they should have put Plant in better competition. Plant had all the skills to beat Canelo. He just wasn't groomed right. Too many light touches, man.
I wouldn't say all the skills. One thing that people
He
pointed
have
out,
all the skills. He have
the
all the
one
skills.
one
Trust
thing
me.
that people pointed out was the power situation because the
Mm,
thing is there were a few times where he delivered the straight right hand off of the Philly shell. It just didn't do anything. That's the
right,
issue.
but the power. But at the end of the day, you don't need a lot of power. You just need respectable power. He
And
has respectable power.
I mean, dropping a Scott the key ain't doing it for me. I need to see him put in some
Yeah,
more
but
work.
that's you just proved my point. He should have came off the Uzatagi. They shouldn't have never milked Benavidez Plank. They should have made that fight. It's several fights they could have put him in where they got him right for to compete with Cinnamon on a level. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if they do it right and somehow Plant versus and when I say Cinnamon washed him, he did, but it's not because I don't think Caleb had enough skills. I just think it was experience and he just wasn't groomed. But I'm gonna tell you this: if they rematch that and Plant get the fights he need, that fight is a 50-50 fight. I'm telling you.
With
A
Canelo
rematch
on
with
plan?
Cinnamon. Yeah,
Oh, I don't know about
I'm
that.
telling you. I'm telling you. Caleb do have skills, man. That's why a lot of people was picking him because they know how good he is. But when you really break it down, the bright lights and the grooming just wasn't there, man. It's hard to throw a fighter that's been fighting weak ass mandatories for a whole year, and then you want him to beat Canelo? Come on. After
Hold up.
you should have capitalized off the Uzatagi fight. They should have made Uzatagi came back, made the rail or something, came back, made it's a hundred ways they could have did this better, man. But they didn't.
Is Chris Mbili now at 168? Is he competing at 168 now?
Who's that?
Chris Mbili, you don't know him?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, if he's at
Um,
168, he's gonna be a dark horse. He gonna
yeah.
he's like to me, he's like the Subriel Matias of that weight class. He has the ability
Yeah,
to upset anybody. Like
right.
if you fuck around and get caught, that's your ass. Oh shit! If he's at 168, okay, this got real.
Oh,
Okay,
but you know what? The fight threw me for a loop though. That
his most recent fight
motherfucker.
was trash. I'll say
That
his most.
no, they just made the Chinko versus Carlos Adames.
Oh shit, yeah, Chenko always get matched tough. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yo,
I'm like, damn, can this man have some rest? He's like 36.
I was like, but he in the back, he was supposed to get another he was supposed to actually he was supposed what fight was he actually supposed to get though?
Like
They
a
put him back
Triple
in
G
position,
rematch,
huh?
like a Triple G rematch or
Then
some
yeah,
shit.
he was supposed to get a he was supposed to be in position to be the but I guess he back in the I mean, I guess they trying to move Carlos straight.
This is what happens when niggas stay in the amateurs too long. This man like 36 and he gives three ass whoopings. I mean, well, not this might not be ass whooping because Adamas has looked vulnerable, but he just stay match tough. Like damn,
Yeah,
Triple G,
but
Jacobs, Charlo.
Chinko, Chinko had some opportunities though. Like he in these little bit of time, he had some opportunities and he got paid. He's not getting peanuts.
Yeah,
Chinko getting the check.
I get really frustrated because they only do this with these fucking Eastern European punchers. Like Shakur Stevenson should have these level of opportunities constantly in champion shit and stuff. Like with this
Man,
dude, Boachuk,
man,
like they,
Shakur is gonna be number one pound for pound in the next 3 4 years, bro. I
that's
ain't even worried about that.
no, that's fine. But I'm saying they need to start putting people like that in some of these positions. They keep throwing these random ass East Euro punchers at champions and shit, and it gets on my fucking nerves. Like, they try to rush everybody.
Yeah, that's because nobody's moving though. You gotta understand, like you order these fights and none of the fighters want to fight because either it's a promotional thing. That's how Chinko got so many opportunities to get title shots, is because he got the right people behind him. Al Heyman got the envelope, and he fighting in in these sanctioning bodies when nobody's moving. So if you're not moving, then next thing he's WBC. The next thing he was the IBF, and then he was the WBA. You see what I'm getting at? Because they're not fighting. It's easy to move when motherfuckers is not fighting.
Yeah, middleweight's at hush mode,
Yeah,
and now top rank is grooming this dude named Janabek, which I'm guessing they're gonna try to use to take out Andre if he don't move up. So, or maybe they're grooming him to when Andre moves up, they can fight for a vacant or some shit.
man. Andre need to what Andre need to do, and I forgot where I saw
He
the
needs to get off
interview.
Eddie
Man,
Hearn's
he
tit. That's what
still.
he needs to do.
Nah, ain't it? He because Eddie getting them paid, but at the end of the day, when you know Andre's still able to fight wherever he want to fight. That's where everybody don't know. He can fight wherever he want to fight. But the thing is, Andre need to go ahead and stop bullshitting, and because for some reason he giving double sided answers to why he won't become the WBO mandatory for the at 168, because he's saying that even if he put the papers in, it have to be it have to be it have to be approved by the champion and the WBO. I was like, are you sure about? I don't believe that shit. So I don't know who told him that, but I don't think that's right. But
If the champion wasn't Canelo, I would say he's full of shit. But the fact that it is Canelo, I'm inclined to agree with him because that's how it always works. Don't nothing get fucking done unless that man and the sanctioning bodies and the promoter come to some sort of agreement.
right, but I don't think the champion have anything to do with who his mandatory is if he move up. You know what I'm? You see what I'm saying?
Well, we all used to think that until Canelo happened.
I don't know about
we,
that.
we, we,
I gotta do a little bit more research because I've never heard of that. But that's what Andre said. But and that's the reason why he never. That's the reason why he didn't pull a gun on going to 168 and become an automatic mandatory. And if he do that, he'll lose his belt at 168. And who's to say the sentiment is still be at 168? So it's like I get both
and
sides. You know what I
also
mean?
and also he can vacate, and then Canelo could just be like, no, I don't want to do this
Right.
shit no more.
And
Fuck
that's what right. And that's where he said that a champion gotta agree to have the mandatory with the guy that's
yeah,
moving up, which I've never heard of before.
yeah. He wants a contract. He wants a fight contract signed that's irrevocable before he goes ahead and vacates. And I understand that's the same shit Charlo
Right.
waiting on, and this shit ain't gonna work.
Right. So
This
but
is
at
not
the
gonna
end of the
work.
day, man, this shit I can't stand the
Yeah,
168 and the 160 division because these
they
motherfuckers is just I'm like, yo, y'all don't wanna like Yeah, I mean,
They
I
ain't
guess that
trying.
money that good. I
They ain't
don't
trying
know.
to because they're all like you just said. They're all turning 30 and they're in their primes, and they want to
Right.
save all their prime energy for Canelo, not risking having to fight. Fight their way back to a position. I'm like, bruh, you could do all of that and then still not get Canelo. So you might as well fight some people that people think
Right.
are kind of the best, make some money, and but me
And we
personally, I never like the moment the franchise witness protection bullshit came out, I just assumed it was a wrap. But now I see he's trying to recreate his catchweight success. Drive motherfuckers from two divisions below, two, three divisions below. Make sure you want some shit, and then go whoop the shit out of them to put everything to bed. So now I see that's what he's trying to do. But he never mentioned Andre's name, so it's for a reason. I think
yeah, well,
people write Andre off, and I'm like, nah, no, 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 no. Just because he doesn't have the most sexiest highlight reel doesn't mean he can't win a fucking boxing match.
oh man, nah, Andre could win a boxing match. Andre could beat anybody if he wants to. I mean, if given the opportunity, but it's about opportunities. You gotta get the opportunity. But like I said, man, at the end of the day, it just needs to be more pressure put on these motherfuckers to unify or something. Because I mean, I'm like, can Cinnamon fight everybody? He possibly can get through everybody in the next 3 years, 2, 3 years. He possibly can. But how does that help me as a boxing fan if everybody waiting for Cinnamon?
Right. And honestly, with the amount of help he's been getting and the chemicals involved, allegedly, da 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 da, it's not even going to be competitive fight for some of these people. Like people really think that Benavidez is about to get in there and do something. Yeah, he about to get in there and get his ass whooped. Just like Canelo and fucking 38-year-old Benavidez, whenever they fight, that shit not gonna be as competitive as people think. It's not gonna be what y'all think. It's not gonna be some oh shit. It's some crazy exchange. Canelo got rocked. No,
I
nah,
disagree. I
nah.
think I think better be clean fucking Canelo up. Right. If they fight next year, he'll clean them up. Anything after that, I think Cinnamon got a better chance in 2023 opposed to 2022. But let me see the Marcus Brown fight, then I can definitely stamp my opinion. But and I like Marcus. I actually know Marcus, but Marcus just been in a bad situation. Slim. Like he just been in a fucked up situation.
Right. I'm picking Brown on that one. If as long as he don't take anything, because he's a southpaw, I believe. So as long as he don't take any clean rights, we should be straight.
Yeah, I'm
No,
picking
I
Brown
just
too. Um,
I just I think Brown wasn't. And once again, it's the same thing I have with Plant. I don't think this Brown can beat Better Beef because one Brown had the legal problem, so that kept him sidelined. He wasted his time fucking with the Reggie. He could have been already fought these motherfuckers because he was the Golson mandatory, then he was the Bivol mandatory, then he sat around and fought Pascal, who you know what I mean. I'm like, man, y'all, you fell for this shit. He fell for the whole the 3-man drink when he should have just went on and snatched a real belt. But I mean, it is what it is. And I don't know if this Brown will be able to beat him. He ain't ready. I mean, I don't know.
we'll see. But
We'll
shit,
see. Yeah, like I said, we'll see. If we'll see. I mean, I think Brown got skills. I mean, I know he got skills for a fact. He got skills. He can crack. He can box. He can do everything. Shit. But at the end of the day, man, it's more than it's just a lot of other shit to go with it, man. You gotta really be like
I
into the
mean, he
you
got
gotta
Derek James now, so we'll see.
yeah, but you still gotta fight somebody. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you not just throwing in a fire like that. Like it's few far in between fighters can get thrown in the fire like that, bro. Like and some fighters can't come out unscathed, but though that's few far in between, man. I just don't see Marcus Brown one of them fighters
Well,
who
we
can
got
do that.
next month to see.
Yeah.
But
Like,
shit, I gotta get up out of here though.
yeah. Slim, it's always been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. All right,
Sh-
Javi, y'all
sh-
be safe now.
Shit, no
All
problem.
right.
Thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by, brother.
yeah.
Y'all
All
have
right,
a
you
good
already
one
know,
later.
Slim.
Thanks
Yep.
for
All
having
right,
me up.
Yeah, shout out to
all
you, D High. We're gonna do this shit tomorrow. You already know.
For sure.
All right.